Hey guys, it's Cassie here with OMG Math. If you're struggling with math, don't wait. Click on that subscribe button. If you like what you see today, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be practicing half-angle identities using the OMG Math method. The first thing that we're given is a series of really fun looking identities with plus and minuses, square roots, and our goal is going to be to use these half-angle identities to help us solve these problems. So keep these ones written down, have these to reference as we're going through these problems so it makes a little bit more sense for you. We're asked to use the half-angle identities to find the exact value without a calculator of tangent of pi 12ths. The first thing we observe is that we're working with tangent, and it specifically asks us to use the half-angle identity, so that's the one we're going to use. Our mission is to solve for the exact value of tangent of pi 12ths, and our game plan for doing this is going to be to use the half-angle identities, specifically the tangent. So the first thing that I would do for this problem is convert from radians to degrees. I don't like working in radians. They're confusing to me and they are much more difficult to work with than degrees. So I'm going to take pi 12ths and I'm going to convert it to degrees. So if I multiply it by 180 over pi, my pi's cancel. 180 divided by 12 is 15 degrees. So I'm essentially just trying to figure out what tangent of 15 degrees is without using a calculator and specifically using the half-angle identity. So to do this, I'm going to use the second half-angle identity, this one, sine A over 1 plus cosine of A. A is pretty simple. We just have to figure out, if we take A and divide it by 2, it gives us 15. So what's that A value going to be? So if I multiply both sides by 2, I know that A is going to be 30 degrees. And 30 degrees is one of my angles on my unit circle, so that makes it pretty simple. So I'm just going to figure out what sine of 30 degrees is over 1 plus cosine of 30 degrees. Sine of 30 is nice. It's a simple fraction, 1/2. Over 1 plus cosine of 30 degrees, on the other hand, is rad 3 over 2. And these are the problems where you sort of start to cringe, because if you have a radical in the denominator, you know that you're going to have to get that out of the denominator by doing some pretty intense algebra. So the numerator is going to stay the same. I'm going to keep it as 1/2. The denominator, before I can consider getting rid of this radical, I need to get this to be one fraction. So to become one fraction, I have to make common denominators and add 1 plus rad 3. So that means I'm just going to multiply this by 2 over 2. So the top's going to be 2 plus rad 3. And then since it's a fraction, my denominator stays the same. Now this is really kind of overbearing to think of as one single problem. So I like to write my fractions, but then I like to convert this middle symbol, this fraction symbol, into an actual division sign, so I'm not overwhelmed with fractions on top of fractions. So I convert it to look like this. Then I use my fraction knowledge, so I keep the first term, division becomes multiplication, and then I flip my fraction. My 2's cancel out, so I have 1 over 2 plus rad 3. If only we could be done, but because we have a radical in the denominator, we are not done. So to get rid of radicals in the denominator, we multiply by something called the conjugate. So the conjugate is just some fancy word for taking the denominator and changing the operation. That's going to help cancel out that radical. So the numerator, 1 times 2 minus rad 3 is 2 minus rad 3. The denominator, when I FOIL this out, I'm going to get 4. I'm going to get minus 2 rad 3. I'm going to get plus 2 rad 3. And then I'm going to get minus rad 9. My middles cancel out. That's supposed to happen. And then I get 4 minus rad 9 is 3, so that's going to become 1. So this whole answer simplifies to 2 minus rad 3. So since I found tangent of 15 degrees, I am finished with this problem.
Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. If you want to get better at math, subscribe to my videos here. If you want more information on math, click on my website link here.